Richard Dawkins, The God Delusion. Embark on a thought-provoking journey with Richard Dawkins, The God Delusion, a critical examination of religious belief systems. In this book summary, you will explore the difficulties of proving God's existence using cosmological and ontological methods, revealing logical flaws that question the validity of these proofs. Analyze the unreliability and inconsistency of the Bible as a source of evidence, and delve into the probability of complex life forms and the role of evolution in debunking the need for a creator. Unravel the origins of religion itself as well as morality and ponder upon the shifting zeitgeist shaping the ethical landscape. This book summary will provide you with insights into the impact of religion on various aspects of society, while exposing some of the contradictions within.
The continuous debate on the existence of God. The article discusses the different types of proofs for God's existence. The cosmological proofs assume that the universe must have a cause, and this cause is God. In contrast, ontological proofs are based on wordplay. The author explains the famous arguments for each type of proof. Thomas Aquinas' cosmological argument is particularly emphasized, which states that the physical world existing proves the existence of God. However, there are still flaws in these arguments, especially in the assumptions that existence is a quality or attribute. Thus, the debate on the existence of God continues. Questioning the reliability of the Bible. The Bible has long been considered the most widely read and distributed book in the world. However, its status as a trustworthy source of evidence for God's existence is still up for debate. The scriptures have undergone countless changes and contain many contradictions. Written many years after Jesus' death, the Gospels have been copied repeatedly by scribes who were prone to human error. Inconsistencies regarding important events like Jesus' birth also exist, and the 4 Gospels that made it to the official canon were chosen seemingly at random from a larger pool. Historians view the Gospels as storytelling rather than an attempt to record history. In the end, reputable biblical scholars don't consider the New Testament a reliable source of information. Evolution extinguishes God. The complexity of life on Earth led many to believe in God. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution disputes this idea of a higher being in creating life. This theory shows how complex life forms have naturally adapted to the environment, making the existence of a higher power even more unlikely. Natural selection is a long and complex process, full of slightly improbable steps, developing over thousands of years to result in the complex species we have today. While humans seem improbable, the existence of natural selection is the most plausible explanation for our existence. God's existence is even less statistically likely since it requires a force capable of creating something as improbable as human life, and something must have come before him, which contradicts the notion of God being the first cause. Evolutionary psychology of religion. The development of religion could be explained as a byproduct of evolution, akin to moths flying toward flames due to their internal compass getting thrown off by artificial light. Evolution tends to create undesired and unhelpful byproducts, such as children's natural selection favoring trust in authority, including arbitrary beliefs handed down through generations. In this way, religion can be viewed as an unnecessary byproduct of a helpful evolutionary trait. Evolutionary roots of altruism. Discover how our predisposition to do good and be sympathetic towards others can be explained through natural selection. Our kinship ties promote altruistic behavior that helps our own genetic survival. Besides, being nice to others yields mutual benefits, leading us to trade skills and products necessary for our survival. In essence, our urge to be good is not just a cultural trait but also an evolutionary response to promoting our genetic continuity. The Old and New Testament's moral dilemma. The Old and New Testament promote values that are inconsistent with modern standards of behavior. The Bible is full of tales that contradict our morality and paint a picture of a quick-tempered, jealous, and vengeful God. The story of Lot in Genesis 19 portrays his apparently morally upstanding character offering the virginity of his 2 daughters to spare the angels, an action interpreted as just. The central doctrine of the New Testament focuses on original sin. Every human is a sinner because we all descended from Adam and Eve. Despite Jesus' teachings, there are some views no good person should stand by. The concept of forgiveness is valued highly in modern societies, making such an idea obvious, but the moral code in the Bible is difficult to reconcile with current ethical standards. Sources of morality. Morality shifts over time, influenced by the zeitgeist, the shared thought and spirit of a culture during a particular period. Religious scriptures do not play any role in this process. Rather, new ideas spread through discussions, books, and media, while changes in the moral climate can be seen in speeches, polls, and elections, leading to political decisions and laws. Figures like Martin Luther King Jr. who can persuade the masses play a crucial role in shifting the zeitgeist. It is impossible to derive morality from religion, and in fact, religion inhibits moral progression. Religious extremism and its victims. Religious fundamentalists' extremist beliefs have led to morally questionable attitudes and actions worldwide, affecting homosexuals and advocates of abortion alike. Despite being criminalized in the past and facing unequal rights today, homosexuality has been explicitly condemned by scriptural decrees and is seen as a sin by fundamentalist Christians in the Western world. Similarly, absolutist Christians believe that embryos are human life and therefore prohibit abortion, going to extreme measures like murder to prevent it. While ethical issues may be controversial, violent extremist behaviors cannot be justified, especially not while claiming to be pro-life. Choosing religion for children. The practice of parents choosing religions for children raises questions about the fairness of such decisions. Children are not legally responsible for their actions until a certain age, yet they are enrolled in belief systems that can have lifelong impacts. Some religions even engage in practices that inflict physical and mental pain on children, such as genital mutilation for male Jews or Muslims, and hell houses for Christian children. Allowing children to make their own religious decisions when they reach adulthood would ensure fairness and potentially reduce cases of mental harm inflicted by religion. The dilemma of religious freedom. Society grants more respect and protection to religious beliefs compared to other beliefs. As a result, religious freedoms have at times gone too far. While everyone should be free to practice their religion, people have used their religious beliefs as a justification for discrimination and violence against others. The book examines examples such as exemptions for military service, drug consumption, and fashion choices. It also highlights how media and politicians expressed sympathy for violent reactions to an offensive newspaper publication, which depicted the Prophet Muhammad. Religious freedoms are crucial, but it is essential to find a balance between respecting religious beliefs and ensuring no one is hurt or discriminated against in the process. Science inspires more than religion. Science, rather than religion, offers greater inspiration for great works of art and deeper understanding of the universe. Much of the art inspired by God is commissioned work that serves as a means for artists to make a living. Science provides an unlimited source of unrestricted thinking that is not bound by any religious dogma. Believing in an afterlife is hypocritical because people fear death and find comfort in religion at their most difficult moments, even those who doubt God's existence. The fact that people generally fear dying suggests that the faith of religious people may not be as deeply entrenched as they believe.
Having delved into the complex issues around the existence of God, the reliability of religious texts, and the evolutionary origins of morality and religion itself, the God Delusion highlights the gaps and inconsistencies present within religious belief systems. Dawkins' arguments make a persuasive case for the implausibility of God's existence, the fallibility of religious texts, and the unethical implications of religious teachings. Moreover, the book demonstrates how morality evolves according to the zeitgeist of the time, shaping societal values independent of religious influence. As a thought-provoking and informative read, The God Delusion urges one to consider the impact of religion on personal beliefs and the world at large, challenging readers to question the veracity and relevance of long-held religious doctrines.